Hi, Mom and Daddy.
Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening.
So today we're going to do an interview with my mom and dad, Pete and Carol Hara, and we're going to all ask them different questions that we want to know about their lives. And the first question would be, what's your first memory of, or a favorite memory of each of your parents?
Would you like
Okay,
to
let's see. My
Your mom.
parents. My mother, the memories I have of her would be, she had to take care of, like, I was number 9 or 10. No, 9 out of 11. So I remember that, when we were real small, uh, I was laying underneath this wagon, and the wagon started to move because Mitzi made it move, and this wire cut me right here. And then, so what she did was she put a tape on it, and and that was it. But as far as my dad, I remember him as always working. Uh, we used to, I know he used to drive this old Model T truck to take produce to the markets, and from what I understand, that he was so strong that instead of using the crank in the front, he'd lift the back of the truck up with his back like that and spin the wheel, and that'll crank it. So mainly it was kind of short-lived because after that we went to camp, and then I don't really know what happened after that. It was not a whole lot that we did, but that was about it. About you?
Oh, your parents' names. I think they might want to know
Well,
your.
the parents' name, my
Yes.
mother was Yoshino, and my dad was Hikobe.
Kobe Hara. Okay, now, I didn't really have time to really think about it, but since you asked me today, I'll try to remember some of the things that happened to my parents. And my mom is Jitsuko Hamamoto Shimasaki. And my father is Henry Shimasaki. Takashi is his middle name. But anyway, my mom was called June by her friends. And what do I remember about her? I remember she was always at her desk and always writing. And she had one of those crook neck lamps. And she would be having her reading glasses on. And she would be talking about her shigin. She taught Japanese poems singing, and so she was always there doing her book work because she taught Japanese singing. And then she was also president of the Japanese American Ladies Fujinkai. That's Ladies Association for the whole Central California. And then she used to be a great seamstress. I remember her making suits, and all real detailed. And she made some of my clothes too for special events. And I wish I had some of those outfits she made me because I was real proud to wear them. And let's see, and she was quiet, and she was real studious. And I remember her telling me that her mom used to take her to town in Japan. Of course, Mama was born here in the United States. They migrated here. But anyway, my mom used to go with her mother, and they would go shopping, and then on the way home, they would stop at a noodle place and eat noodles. And she said my mother said that her mom said, "Oh, don't tell anybody else that I treated you," and then they would go home. And well, anyway, she was a very sweet, kind person, hardworking, and now there's probably a lot more I could say about my mom, but she took good care of us, and she used to be a fabulous cook. Oh my gosh, all her cooking. I wish I had watched her more, and because she would make the gotso is all this delicious food, the Japanese food, and people would come over to our house for Oshogatsu, that's New Year's Eve, and they would relish all her food. Now, talking about my dad, he was an avid fisherman. He loved fishing, and he won so many trophies. He won a boat, he won a motor, all of the, I don't know, he just had a knack for fishing, and he knew where to go. But he won all kinds of tournaments, and we used to go with him to Shaver Lake, and you know, I'm not much of an outdoor person, but my brother Glenn, yeah, used to go with him too. And now Glenn is an avid fisherman. He loves fishing. He lives in Warsaw, in Indiana, so there's a lot of lakes out there. But my father loved fishing. But I remember one. Well, I guess I was here in Alabama, and I heard that he stopped fishing. And I said, "Well, how come he stopped fishing, Papa?" And he said, "Well, he kind of felt sorry for the fish. One day when he was fishing, the fish was looking at him, you know, with the eyeball, and he just felt so sorry for him. So he stopped fishing. But after a few years, he started fishing again. But anyway, Papa was, he was pretty, well, I wouldn't think, both of the parents, they weren't that strict, you know, but they did think about education, and they always worked hard, and I never felt like we were out of anything, because we always ate well. And after the war, of course, I was just born in the prison camp or relocation camp, but after the war, all they thought of is going forward, and looking forward and doing the best we could, and studying hard and working hard. And Papa, I miss him every day. In fact, I talk to Mama and Papa and Pete's parents every morning. I'll say good morning and have a nice day to his brothers and sisters too that have passed on, and I say good night to both families every day.